Hey, everybody. If you look at your calendar, if you look at your phone, if you look at your watch, or you look at your planner, you'll know what today is. It's Wednesday. But what always happens on our channel on Wednesday? A watch review. We always have Watch Review Wednesday on Wednesday. Now, usually I do an Invictor. Last week, I did a little talk plus a travel case for whichever watch. It wasn't an Invictor travel case, it was just a case in general for watches. But I did a little talk about all those people talking about hating and all the mean stuff they say about Invictor. I just gave a little speech, went on a rant, or whatever you want to call it. But it's something I felt needed to be said. And you can check out the video on my channel. I've been doing a lot with Invictor and Invictor products and stuff like that the last few weeks, so I figured I'd do a little something different this week. I may put it on the Invictor Facebook group. Even if I don't, I'm going to put my Invictor Facebook group link in the description like I did the week before. And I'm trying to do that for every week. If I forget, I'm sorry, but I try to include it every week now. Anyway, there's been a lot of people hating on Invictors on YouTube just to get views. Don't give them that. Take it back. Don't watch them because they're just trying to slam. You come here and watch this and tell everybody else to watch this, all right? That's what you do. You watch the channel of positivity because you know what? Doesn't matter if the watch is $10 or $10,000. If it's what you want and what you like and what you can afford, it's yours. Anyway, before I keep on rambling too long, it's Watch Review Wednesday. What do we do on Wednesday? We review watches, especially on Watch Review Wednesday on this channel. Anyway, I did a little something different this time. I have put Citizen on here before, and I do like Citizens, but this is actually a very special Citizen, especially for my son. He's very young, but this is now his watch. Why? We will get into it. As you can see, it is Citizen watch. Citizen watches are Eco Drive. What does that mean? Eco Drive. Sorry. Eco Drive. The front is actually a solar panel. It's got a few little scratches there. So you don't need batteries. You don't need to change the battery. You can, of course, take off the back if you like. And it's got some of the information there. Where it says Eco Drive, where I should have looked. Anyway. It's not a chronograph like I usually have, and it's not mine anyway, but it does have the date and day, second hand going around, and the other hands. And if I can get it, there you go. I actually did it this time. You can see it has glowing hands. So, you may ask, why is this Citizen special? Why is it my son's? Before we get to that too, the days of the week are actually in English and Spanish as well. The numbers, of course, not. But anyway, it's kind of a basic kind of numbers, not raised or anything like that. It's just a very basic face, but a very nice everyday. I mean, you could use this for a dress-up watch as well, but it's an everyday watch. Kind of nice little bracelet right there. It does have, of course, I know my finger has a cut in it because I'm always doing stuff and cutting myself and all that jazz. But anyway, you got the Citizen right there. It does have a very similar clasp to the Invictors. Just the little push button clasp like that, and it opens up. Now, the information, I'm not going to look through the camera because it is impossible to see. But if you want to freeze it and check it out, there you go. Of course, it is a Citizen Eco Drive, like I said. The model number is J800-R008738, I believe. And then there's another number on there too. I'm not too sure the Citizens. I don't know the Citizens as much as I know the Invictors. That may be a battery number, but well, it doesn't have a battery, so it's got to be a what you call number. And it also has ZD1030877 Japanese movement, stainless steel, and is water resistant to 10 bars. And of course, it has the screw back case. Actually, the band is really nice and sturdy. It's kind of an understatement watch compared to some of the stuff I wear, of course, but I do have some plain kind of watches, but it is very nice, very elegant. Of course, it doesn't fit me because I will tell you why in a minute, because there's a story behind it. But just so you can get a little idea of what it would look like on the wrist, there you go. Now, why is the watch special? It was actually a watch we purchased, I think like 2 or 3 Christmases ago for my father-in-law. We actually purchased watches for my father and mother-in-law, and my son gave it to them for Christmas, of course. So my father-in-law had tons of watches. Not tons, but he had a lot of watches. And he would switch watches here and there and change them up. But once he got this, because it was from his grandson, this is the watch he always wore. It was that special to him. And I'm getting a little choked up from it, but anyway. So he did pass away a few months ago. And, he is very close to my son. They're very close to each other. And, he's very close to his grandma now. My wife is Filipino. It was her parents. Like I said, my father-in-law, mother-in-law. So in Filipino, of course, if you know Filipino, or if you don't, you will find out as I tell you. Grandpa in Filipino is Lolo. Grandma is Lola. So he's very close to his Lolo. This was the watch he wore almost every day after it was given to him by my son. It was his favorite after that. And he always had it on. He always had it with him. So when he did pass away, my son asked if he could have the watch. And every time there's a special occasion, Christmas, my father-in-law's birthday, New Year's, stuff like that, my son always wants to wear the watch. We have to charge it up because, of course, it charges from the sun. He doesn't wear it every day, but he does put it on special occasions. So this is a very special watch that has a very special story behind it. Like you saw my big Invictor that I just got for Christmas from my wife and my son. It has, there's certain watches that you get that have meaning to them for some reason or another. Either the picture on the watch, like the Batman watch I have that I showed. There's a few watches I haven't shown yet, but each watch has, I think, a different kind of meaning because of what they are. And as I told you, this is meaning to my son. I do like Citizen, my wife likes Citizen, and her family likes Citizen. So this is what was purchased for them a couple of Christmases ago for them. And it was, of course, very special to him. And now it's very special to my son, because he gets to remember his grandfather through the watch. And, I think a watch is kind of like a rite of passage for a young man to, teach them to wear watches, not all these freaking smart watches and stuff like that. The smart watches are cool and all that, but this makes a statement. It shows you care about time, and it shows, you have a manly type of jewelry or a growing up type of jewelry for yourself. So, yes, watches have that type of meaning for people. And of course, maybe my son will be a watch collector. Maybe he won't. We don't know yet. I can't say for sure. I can't say yes, no, or in between yet. But as you can see from this watch right here, this is a watch. It has meaning because it is a watch that's a rite of passage, like most watches are for younger kids or kids as they grow up. So he already starts to understand what it is to wear a watch. But the watch has a double meaning for him because it is a way for him to still connect to his grandfather, his Lolo, as he would say. So yes, it is an extremely special watch for him and for us. So thank you guys for checking this video out, talking about watch or listening about watches, taking out your time to check out watches. So, like I said, in my last video, I'm just going to put it down here while I finish and close out. Like I said in my last video, when I talked about watches, you could say, you know, this watch is not that great, that watch is better, this watch is more expensive, so it's best, this one's cheap junk, and this one's not. Not saying about this one in particular, I'm just saying, and watches in general. But sometimes, no matter the price of the watch, it has a meaning for you. Or, like I said, when a man gets a watch, it's a rite of passage for him. And a father should be the one to either give or purchase the watch for his son as a rite of passage, in a way, among other things you can do with your children as a rite of passage. But watches are one, and this one holds a very special meaning for him. And I honor that and feel great that he was able to have that meaning, being that he doesn't have his grandfather with him anymore. So, this is our Watch Review Wednesday. I thank you guys for watching the video and sharing with us. If you have a story similar or another story about watches, please feel free to share it. Maybe we could talk about it or do a video about it, maybe. I don't know. But definitely would really like to hear other stories of watches to people. Watches that mean a lot to them. As you saw some of the pocket watches I've shown and what they mean to me. So, thank you so much for tuning in. Give that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe, and there will be more and more videos like this. Next week, we're going to do some different stuff and some updates on some of the stuff I showed this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.